All right, so we are finally live. Sorry that I'm running behind everybody, but I hope everybody's having a happy Sunday. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying your weekend, and and hopefully everything's going good. I'm running late, and I'll tell you why. Um, well, let me start from the beginning. I won't make it a super long story. Uh, Poor Evan. Evan Rose says Discord ain't never happening, is it? RIP. We will try to make Discord happen. I need to do more research on it, but I've been busy lately. Anyway, so the reason I'm running behind, um, let me do the easy version. So I got sick last night. I don't know why. Just one of those like 24-hour fever or like flus or whatever. I don't know. Amanda was making fun of me at first because I told her, I was like, honey, I think I'm getting sick. And she's like, no, you're not. I'm like, no, seriously, I am. I was like, do I have a fever? And she's a nurse, so she feels me. And she's like, nah, you ain't got a fever. There's no way. I'm like, trust me, I really do feel like it. So I took my temperature, and it was like 99.1. And she started laughing at me. And we were supposed to go out to eat with my parents. So she's like, just take some Tylenol, whatever. Like, you'll be good to go. So I took some Tylenol, went out to eat with my parents, and then we went and, like, fed the shrimp and the fish and everything. Oh, well, let me turn this off. Do not disturb. There we go. Now we won't get bothered. But anyway, so we got to eat with them. We feed the fish and everything, and we come home and I'm like, oh man, like I'm really not feeling good. And so then she started to baby me. She started being a nurse then, and eventually I ended up having like 101.6 temperature at the highest, I guess. She kept waking me up to the night and like give me water and stuff. So she took really good care of me. But needless to say, I ended up sleeping from like I don't know 11:30 last night till about 1 o'clock today. So I slept for a long time. So I feel a lot better, but like my throat's still pretty sore, and I actually forgot to get water because I was in a hurry. So that's gonna make tonight fun. But it's all good, and it all works out. So I'm feeling a little bit better. I don't have a temperature anymore, which is nice. I got this really cool hat on that my man Corey over at Aquarium Co-op sent me, so that was nice of him. And it's all good. But I had to run to the store because I was kind of running behind. I had to run to the store to Petco because I forgot to get them. I needed bloodworms and brine shrimp, and that's because we just got all these fish in from the order, which is what we're going to talk about tonight. We got all the Nano Fish in finally, and so I needed to get them some like protein-rich like food because some of them are wild caught and they're used to eating live food. And so I don't have live baby brine or anything like that yet. So I had to buy some frozen stuff just to get me by for the next couple of days. And so I went and picked that up, and I rushed home, and I tried to get like the North Fin food up on the website, which I did get up on the website. And so it's been just like running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And you guys know how that goes. And so shout out to Panda Lee was first. That's my wife, Amanda. We got Emerald Pets in the house. Nisi always here. Shout out to Nisi. She finally got her husband hooked on it. And so hopefully he really gets hooked on the aquarium hobby. And I know she was telling me that, he might be taking over their 55-gallon and doing some stuff in there. And so hopefully Nisi's husband really gets into the hobby. And that would be really cool because Nisi does a lot for the YouTube community, if you guys don't know who Nisi is. And then a lot of other people in the house. I know I saw Danny here. Danny's in the house. He said, thanks so much for letting me pick up the beautiful Taiwan bees on Friday. So Danny actually came down and met us on Friday after he got off work and got to pick up some Taiwan bees. He had actually been waiting for like literally probably 2-3 months to get his Taiwan bees because like the first order, like we had some things happening with shipping. And so he's like, hey, it's fine. Like I'll wait to get mine. And so we got him in this time. And we ended up giving him like an extra pinto or two just to kind of for the weight, basically. And so it was really cool meeting Danny. So, Danny, thank you so much for stopping down. It's always good to meet some people. And Danny actually breeds Royal Blues, which me and him are going to work out some deal, hopefully, to be able to offer his Royal Blues to everyone because we still do not have enough stock of them. So that's something that's I'm sure is to come. We got Kyle said, join the party, Rob. I'm sick, too. And it sucks shrimp butt. So, yeah, being sick is not fun. Literally not fun at all. And then, like, I set up this live stream. I scheduled it earlier today. at like 5 o'clock, and then I got on to go live, and I realized that it said that it was unlisted, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like this is what happens when you don't feel good. So I literally set it up to go live, and I put it as unlisted, so no one even knew that was happening. So that happens. I just have to do one thing real quick. If it'll let me. No, it won't let me. I'll do it later. But anyway, so tonight we're going to talk about the nano fish that we got in. I want to pull up a list of the ones that we got so I can just tell you guys, because I don't remember them all off the top of my head. But they literally came in gorgeous, like absolutely gorgeous, like much better than I would have expected. So I was super happy about that. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so here it is. So the one thing we got in that looked better than I ever could have imagined was we got in like, I think we got in 50 otocinclus. Maybe it was 100. It's either 50 or 100. But we got in otocinclus, and literally like every single one of them was fat and swimming around, and they were huge. They were a lot bigger than I expected. So most of the time when you get otocinclus, which you get, if you guys don't know what those are, there's a little like tiny catfish. They're probably about 2 to 3 inches max. And it started early today. Yawning. Man, I'm so tired. I apologize. But the otocinclus came in really, really good. And a lot of times when you see them in like pet stores and stuff like that, they look pretty sickly. So I was happy to see that they were actually doing really good. So we got in those. As far as quarries go, we just kind of stayed towards basic stuff this time, and we didn't want to do anything like too crazy. We got Race Water in the house. I just saw him pop through the chat. And so we got some basic quarries. We got the Corridorus fibrosus and Corridorus pygmaeus. So the fibrosus quarry, which is really small, and then the pygmy quarry, which is really small. And so both of which I believe can be shrimp safe. And we're going to test it out for you guys, and I'm going to do a couple videos on that. But those two are so stinky cute, and they're perfect for a nano tank. And so we're trying to base every fish we carry off of going into a nano tank, which, you know, could be anywhere between, like, I would say anything less than a 10-gallon. It's going to be a long night if I'm already yawning this much. So I don't know. I forget what I think a nano tank is anything under like 30 gallons, but I don't really know for sure. But pygmies and then the fibrosus quarries. Then we got the otocinclus in. And then we got, these are the ones that I was really excited for. They were really, really expensive. Black sail quarries. I've never had them with shrimp. We didn't get them in. We only got in 2 types, which are the fibrosus quarries and the pygmy quarries. The truth is we don't have that much room for fish right now. We only had like, I want to say, what is it? Maybe like 24 tanks available. And so we used about 18 of them. So we still have some room. And we can always make more room or set up more tanks or whatever we need to do if we want to. But we're just trying it out for now. I've never sold or shipped fish before. And so it's going to be an experiment for me and Jeff and Amanda, just the whole Flip Aquatics family, and so we're gonna do trial by error. So start small and then get big. That's the way we're looking at it. And so the fibrosus quarries, the pygmy quarries, otocinclus, which are like the bomb, and then these are the ones that like I really wanted to get, but they were expensive, as I said, which were the reticulated hillstream loaches. I don't even know how to pronounce the scientific name. It's Sewillia linifata. I don't know. I need to learn how to pronounce that stuff. But the reticulated hillstream loaches. Oh, but anyway, those ones are really cool. And I've never had them before. And I know there's tons of different species of them and variations, but I was really happy to get those in. We got some ember tetras, which look really good. Speaking of that, I don't know how. I got poison ivy, It isn't like I like go out and like play in the weeds all the time. I'm thinking one of the dogs brought it in. I was petting them, and boom, I got it. So being sick, poison ivy, and my throat hurts, and I forgot my water. Life is tough today. Let's see. Reticulated hill streams are called UFOs as well. Don't know what that means, but whatever. KG Cichlid said that. That's funny. So UFOs because they're so different, maybe. We got the Ember Tetras. We got Chili Rasboras, which came in looking really good. Harlequin Rasboras. Pygmy Spotted Rasboras. We got in some Sparkling Grammies that were really cool. The one that Amanda's the most excited for are the Scarlet Baddis. And we got in a group of those, and she's like super pumped about those. Thank you so much, Nisi. Thanks for stopping in. She said, I've got to get going. We're off to find food stuff for the week. See you all awesome fish and shrimp keepers another time. Thank you so much, Nisi, for stopping in. But yeah, we got Scarlet Baddis. And Amanda's actually over here. I highly doubt she'll say anything. Hey, what fish were you most excited for? Say it louder.
Scarlet Baddis.
Scarlet Baddis. So she was like super pumped up about it. Who are you talking to?
I'm listening to your live stream.
Oh, are you? Wow. Amanda said, did you know Ember Tetras, their scientific name is her name because it's Amandia. Oh, how do you say it? I said it wrong, and she doesn't know how to say it, though. Amanda. We'll just say Amanda. It's like hyphen Cistrius or hyphen Brycon Amanda. I don't know. Literally, I'm the worst at pronouncing those scientific names. Absolutely the worst. I'm going to get good one day, but that day is not today. Scarlet Bada. Yeah, Bad Butt. We'll change that to Bad Butt. Yeah, Scarlet Baddis are awesome. And the other thing we got is I ordered some stuff for Jeff and his family because they do some breeding. And so I got him some spotted blue-eyed rainbows, which are like, they're freaking cool. They really are cool. And then his dad Mike really wanted the Barton cichlids, and so we got that. And so we got some cool stuff going on. This week has been like crazy. Like we got a lot of stuff in. We also ordered in some more mystery snails. Which let me pull up what mystery snails we got in. Open link, a new tab. Wait. Just wait. I went a little crazy on mystery snails because I've been loving them so much lately. What is it? I think this is it. Okay, yeah, that's it. So don't make fun of me. Literally, please do not make fun of me. I ordered in 50 albino mystery snails, which we've already had those ones. I ordered in 50 of the black mystery snails. And then my favorite mystery snail right now, that because we've only ever had the albino, the black, and the blue, is I've been loving the blue. So I ordered in 100 of the blue. You guys seriously are going to make fun of me so much. I got 50 goldens and then 50 ivories. And then I ordered in 100 olive nearite snails. Oliver. I literally love mystery snails. Like, I don't know why. And I don't know how I didn't fall in love with them sooner. I literally got them just as like, we'll try them. Like, I like snails. Like, we'll throw them up on the website, see how they do. And then I got them. And then literally, like, we got the Nano Fish order in and the snail order in at the same time. And Jeff was, like, all gung-ho, like, putting away Nano Fish. And I was, like, sitting there putting away the snails and, like, counting them and just loving it. And so now, based on color, my favorite mystery snails that we have are the ivory mystery snails because, like, they are just so, so pretty. Wait. It might not be the ivory. It might be the gold. I'm going to have to check because they're so close. I believe it's the ivory. One of them, like, looks like yellow. It might be gold. Man, I can't remember. That's going to tick me off. But, yes, they are absolutely beautiful. First Shot said, will the rainbows be for sale? So, Jeff is actually going to try to breed them, him and his family. And if they can breed them, then they'll definitely be for sale. And then we'll go from there. And AMA Aquatics says, you got pictures you can share with us what you got in. So I do not have pictures, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a video on them tomorrow, and I'll probably release it tomorrow night of all the stuff we got in. So there will be a video tomorrow you guys can watch. We literally got them in at the end of the end of this week. What was it, like 2 or 3 days ago? And oh man, just absolutely loving it. Jay said, should I wait till I'm done being sick for I change my tank water? Yeah, don't change it while you're sick. That wouldn't be good. Oh, I definitely. Oh, I think Amanda brought this to me. What a great wife. I didn't even realize she said that there. Honey, if you're listening, you are the best wife ever. I just love you. Terry Calkins actually said had a really good question. So one thing I didn't plan for is tomorrow is Columbus Day, which if you guys don't know this, Columbus Day means that there is no shipping. The post office is closed. And so we had planned on shipping all of our orders tomorrow. So it's actually getting delayed till Tuesday morning. And then so they'll all go out Tuesday morning, which means that they will arrive no later than Friday. And so we are still shipping, but it's not going to be tomorrow because the post office is closed. Although we will print off some shipping labels tomorrow and things like that and get the order ready. But yeah, so this week was insane. Like the Nano Fish order, the snail order, which again, I don't know why, but near-right snails are really like near-right snails are cool. The mystery snails I'm really loving right now. And we got our first clutch of eggs, which I'll throw that in tomorrow's video and show you guys. But just like little things like that just make me so happy. Like I just love it. And so so it's been it's been really cool. And then the other thing we got in is we're getting together our booth for the aquatic experience, which we're having the YouTube booth inside of our booth, and it's just going to be like a really fun time. And so with having a double booth, because we're having double the space that we had last year and quadruple the space we had the year before that. And so with all this happening, you have to buy a lot of equipment. You have to buy tanks. You have to buy this, that, and the other. And so so we got in a big shipment of stuff that's going to be for the show. And so maybe I'll show that off on tomorrow's video. But we just have like a lot of stuff coming in and out. We're adding new products to the website. And I actually forgot to mention this. I just saw a super chat, and so I will have to respond to that first. The Shrimp Shop, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. The Shrimp Shop, I don't know if it's a he or her, so I won't say, but the Shrimp Shop said, Rob, what is your TDS for the purple zebra shrimp after adding the salt? So I actually asked Amanda this today, and she didn't know, so I'm going to have to check. But I want to say, like, it's ridiculously high. Like, that in the thousands, because salt like adds so much mineral content to the water that it just like shoots off the chart. So I will check, but I know that we made the salt water to a salinity of like, or a gravity of 1.012, I believe, and so it's pretty salty. But the zebra shrimp, I don't know if I talked about this in last week's stream. Because I do talk about it sometimes. I just forget where I say it. But the zebra shrimp are breeding. And so we have like larvae swimming through the water. Super cool. Amanda's so excited about it. We have 2 tanks of them going. One tank, like the babies are doing okay. The other tank, the larvae are like getting nice and fat. And so we could have babies potentially soon, which would be like really cool. So I'm excited about that. Ender Flight said, you're so excited even though you're sick, so I know it's pretty cool. Or pretty excited. So, like, I really do get excited. Like, I absolutely love getting stuff in. I love when things happen. Like, I love that the mystery snails are breeding. I love that this purple zebra shrimp are breeding. Because then it's fun to, like, go in and, like, look at a tank and be like, oh, how are they doing today? Like, what's going on here? And so, oh my gosh, that's Terry Blank, the Shrimp Shop. Oh, Terry, you changed your name. Mine is 822 in the 10-gallon. Terry, I will send you a message tomorrow for sure. I apologize for putting it off. I would text Jeff now, but he's probably relaxing. I don't want to bother him. But yes, so I will definitely let you know on the zebra shrimp. But one thing I didn't mention is we all, like you guys know, we always try to do a special on the website for Sundays, just for the live stream. Depending on what we have, we always try to do something. And so we introduced a new line of fish foods, which is the North Fin foods. And the reason we introduced them is because we were getting the Nano Fish. I wanted a dedicated fish food to feed them. And it's always better to have something and sell it and then use some of it instead of just like ordering it and paying full retail price. And so we had to decide on a line to bring in, and North Fin Foods was like one that a lot of people recommended to us in the past, even for shrimp and snails and things like that. And so we'd already been meaning to try it. And then once we did start trying it, we really, really enjoyed it. We liked it. And so we carry the 3 types of foods that we feed, the ones that we have used and we like. And we actually carry 4 types, I lied. But we use 3 of the types. It's the kelp wafers, community formula, and the veggie formula. And all 3 of them have done really well for us. So we bought like the 2.5 kilogram bags. So they're literally huge. And that's what we use to feed some stuff. We use it to feed a lot of our snails. The mono shrimp, that's what we feed a mono shrimp with. And so the food's doing really good. And so to celebrate or kind of like introduce North Fin Foods to Flip Aquatics, we are offering 17% off. And the reason we're offering 17% off is because it's 2017. That was the first thing that I came up with. And so North Fin Foods will be 17% off. I think it's through Wednesday. And let me figure out what the coupon code is, if I can find it. All right, here it is. So the discount code is NorthFin17, so pretty easy. Let me just put this in the description real quick. It will only take a second. That way I don't forget to do it. What? Okay. So discount code this week is for 17% off all North Fin food. There we go. Save. So if you guys are interested in trying North Fin foods, it's actually pretty cheap. Like, I'm so used to paying. Nisi is quicker than I am. I don't know how she does it. And she was supposed to be going to get food, and she's still here being a total BA, which stands for bad apple. Yes, bad apple. So Nisi's awesome. Let me put the link to the North Fin food too. Nisi, you're pretty good at what you do. I told you, if Nisi lived in Ohio, I would hire her in a second. Like, she is thebomb.com. There we go. Okay, so we're good to go. I apologize for that. It always takes me a little while. HC Aqua said, I'm here late. Did he already say what fish he got? I will repeat it for you and for anyone else that may have missed it. We got in Corridorus habrosus, Corridorus pygmaeus. We got in some Otocinclus. We got in some Suluilia linotata. Linaloda. I don't know. We're going back to the common names. I'm done trying. Reticulated hillstream loaches, ember tetras, chili rasboras, harlequin rasboras, pygmy spotted rasboras, sparkling gouramis, Amanda's favorite, the scarlet batis, spotted blue-eyed rainbow fish, and then Barton cichlids, which those last 2 are specifically for Jeff. That was like his bonus for the week. And so he wanted it for his family. They're going to try to breed them. And so that's what we got in. We can't leave the house. Your stream is so riveting. we can't leave the house. No, so you could definitely leave. Like I get on my little tangents, and it's just funny. Doug of the North and I procrastinated because he's enjoying the live stream thing. Oh my gosh, that's funny. So Nisi's family name is the family of the North because they're from Alaska, and there's not that many Alaskan fish keepers out there, at least ones that I'm familiar with. And so yeah, scarlet batis are literally, they're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And as I was saying earlier, the otocinclus that came in were like the best looking otocinclus I've ever got in ever. So that was like really, really nice. I was expecting them to come in with like sunken bellies or something like that, and luckily we didn't have that problem. So really, really excited about that. What else we got going on? Oh, we got in snails too. So some people might have missed that. We got in albino mystery snails, more black mystery snails, more blue. We got in some golden mystery snails and some ivory mystery snails. I wanted to get in some horned nearite snails, but they ended up selling out, and so I didn't get any, those son of a guns. But I did get in 100 olive nearite snails, which is good. And so they didn't come in, like, some of their shells are pretty messed up, which is what it is. But with the messed up shells, those ones turn into extras. So, like, I'll send 3 nice ones and 1 extra that doesn't have a nice shell. And that way, like, you know, it's just something a little different for people. R.I.P. Chester said, "Are you going to the aquatic experience in Chicago?" I don't know if he's talking to me or if he's talking to Nisi or someone, but I definitely 100% am going. I have a booth there. The YouTube booth is actually located inside of our booth. It's kind of all one big thing. And so it is going to be an absolute blast. Like, super excited about it. I hope most of you can make it. Because you will not regret it whatsoever. Like, it is a good time, and it's really good. But anyway, talking about some of the Northfin foods, like I said, we've been testing them for probably about 2 months now, before we really brought them on. And so my favorite Northfin food has to be the kelp wafers. And the kelp wafers are just like algae wafers. Like, they're like, I think they're 14 millimeters, which however big that is, but they're just like your normal algae wafers. But the thing is, they're like, Northfin's all about like high quality. So like the fish meal that they use is like actually like herring meal or something. Like, it's like the highest quality fish meal that you can get. They use like, let me see. I just wrote it all out because I had to do, whenever you add new products, you have to do research on them and actually know like the details of them. But the cool thing is all Northfin foods are made with spirulina algae, which is something that we feed to all of our shrimp because it is like one of the highest quality algae out there. And basically what it does is it helps with color, and it just gives like ridiculous amounts of protein. And so like spirulina algae, or like spirulina in general, is like amazing for fish. And it's amazing for invertebrates, you know, whatever you're feeding it to. So it's cool that Northfin incorporates it into every single one of their mixtures. The other thing is they use calcium montmorillonate, whatever clay. I always forget how to say it. But a lot of people use this clay just to like dose their shrimp tank with. And so it's really interesting that they use it in their formula as like one of their foundation ingredients. And so, and basically with the clay, it just provides like, I think it's 67 minerals is what I found. Calcium, iron, magnesium, different things like that, potassium. And it's just, again, really, really good for not only like fish, but shrimp. And it's good for everything. And then the fish meal that they use is high omega-3 herring meal, which is the highest quality fish meal that you can use. A lot of brands will cheap out on the fish meal and just go with the cheapest variation they can. And so that's why, that's why we chose, like, at least as the first type of fish food that we bring on, because I'm sure there's going to be some other ones. Like, I've been looking at Sarah lately. There's some products that I really want from them that I think would be really good to feed to the fish and the shrimp and everything. And so we might be bringing on some of their products too. But this is like the first line that, like, we read into, we tested, and we're actually really happy with the results. And so, like I said, we carry the community, we carry the veggie, and then the kelp wafers. And then the other one that we're trying out right now is the fry food. And the reason we want to try this is because a lot of like the nano fish we get in have tiny mouths, and they won't want to eat like the millimeter size that the food comes in. And so the fry food, we're thinking they'll be able to eat that up pretty good. So that's my theory on it. Well, I'll definitely let you know how it goes. And so the one thing I was going to say is like shrimp food in general, like shrimp food for like 70 grams is usually about like $20. So shrimp food is pretty expensive. And so that's like when you look at like Northfin, you know, we're able to bring it on, and 100 grams, which is more than most shrimp foods, is only $8. Like it's $7.99. And so it's something that if you want to try it out, or like, let's say you're on our website and we always do free shipping for $100 and you're a little off, like $8 for 100 grams really isn't that big of a risk. And I'm telling you, we use all three of those, the community, the veggie, and the wafer, to feed a lot of our stuff at the warehouse. And we've gotten pretty good results with it. We haven't got any bad results whatsoever. So it's only been positive experiences. So we're sold on it, and hopefully you guys are able to try it out too, and hopefully you have the same results. But if you have different results, then that's a good thing too, because it's good to know. And it's all about education, finding out, and trying different, I don't know, different environments, and seeing how different shrimp or fish or whatever react to them. And so anyway, I'm just really excited. I know I say it all the time. Everyone, actually, it's so funny. I'll tell a quick story. So you guys remember, like, it was probably 6 months ago. My big thing was, I always say, I'm just having fun. Like, literally just having fun. Like, if you're not having fun, you shouldn't do it. And, like, I started this business because I enjoy doing it and I wanted to have fun. Like, so I always just say, like, I'm just having a lot of fun. And this guy visited from Ireland. He was over here visiting his fiance in the States. And she scheduled it, like, for him to come up and hang out with me and, like, see the warehouse and talk. And so he actually came to the warehouse and we're talking. He's like, you know what makes me mad? And I'm like, what? And he's like, every time you say you're just having fun, it just makes me mad because all I want to do is have fun. And I just started laughing. And so now that I say, like, I'm just excited. Like, I'm so excited. Like, I know there's people like, man, this son of a gun. Like, he's always excited. Like, I want to be excited. And so you guys could be excited when I show off the fish tomorrow. Like I said, I'm going to do a video on the fish. I'll do a video on the snails. Amanda got in a special shipment from someone most of you love. And so we got in a really, really cool fish, which I'll let that be a total surprise for tomorrow. And you guys you'll really enjoy it. But I've been talking long enough. Let me go through and answer some of the questions that you guys have. Kind of see, because I really haven't been responding to chat too much. But Ender Flight says 3 cheers for snails. Woo, woo, woo. Those are my 3 cheers. I know. It was pretty pathetic. Ender Flight said, where I live, I have the exact opposite problem. I need chillers for things like goldfish. That's crazy. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, you guys can tag me, do the @ symbol, and then Flip Aquatics -- Diesel. And that's the way you can get my attention, because it pops up on red on my screen, and it's easier for me to read it. Shoe559 said, are they on the website? So all of the fish food that I talked about is on the website, the Northfin food. And then we also have 17% off going through Wednesday this week. And that's all down in the description. The fish are not on the website. They're in the process of a 30-day quarantine. We'll probably put them up in about 2 weeks on the website so you guys can see the pictures, see what they look like, different things like that. And I just want to give them, you know, a solid 2 weeks to see, like, how healthy they are, and just make sure that they're doing well, because I don't want to post something on the website just for it to be out of stock, because we're not going to sell something until it's healthy enough to be sold. Let's see here. It's $19.99 here. Do I get 90% or 90? Oh, 99% off. That's funny because I said that the reason we're doing 17% off is because it's 2017. And so Bruce Willis Jr. said $19.99, so I should get 99% off. Shoe 559 dropping a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Shoe. Shu said, if you throw a BKK in with some CRS, would the offspring/mishlings be black or red? And can you use water from grocery stores instead of RO water? So that is a detailed required question. So when you take a BKK, which stands for Black King Kong or, Black Panda, they're all the same. It's a type of Taiwan bee. When you take a Taiwan bee in general, which could be a Black King Kong, Red King Kong, it doesn't matter. But let's say Black King Kong. When you take a Black King Kong and you put it in a tank with crystal reds, it doesn't matter if they're crystal reds or crystal blacks, they're going to breed. And anyone who breeds with the Black King Kong, if it's a male, then anyone that male impregnates will have babies that will look exactly like crystal reds, but they're considered mishlings. And the reason they're considered mishlings is because they have genetics of Taiwan bees. Hypothetically, they have 50% Taiwan bees and 50% crystal red genetics. And so when those babies of the crystal red, which are considered mishlings, when those breed, you have a percentage of getting Taiwan bees or getting more crystals. It depends on what you breed it to next. Like if a mishling and a mishling, which would be the babies of that crystal red, if the mishling and mishling breed, then you probably have a 30% chance of getting Taiwan bees or whatever it would be. If you breed the mishling back to the Black King Kong, then you would have a higher percentage of getting Taiwan bees, and it would not change the color of the crystal red. So I do not believe that the genetics of the black in the Black King Kong will affect the color type of the crystal red. So like, for example, if you breed a Black King Kong with a crystal red, you won't get crystal black shrimp. I just don't think it works that way. I've never tested it, but from my experience, I don't think it would work that way. Now you also asked, can you use water from the grocery store instead of RO water? For those of you that don't know, RO water stands for reverse osmosis. It's basically water that is stripped of all elements, or not elements, it's stripped of all vitamins, minerals, any organics that would be in it. And so RO water usually has a TDS reading of 0. Grocery store water, depending on what it is, if you buy it by the 1 gallon and you buy it as like distilled water, then it's perfect. You can use that all day. Now, if you buy you put your 1 gallon jug under there and it shoots it out. In my experience, that water can vary anywhere between, really good water to like super high TDS water. And so you just got to be careful with that. Glenn Y dropping a $5 super chat. Wow, everybody's dropping super chats today. Glenn, thank you so much. I wish you would have left me a comment so I could see if you had a question or anything, but thank you so much, Glenn. I really do appreciate that. One Shot Fishing said, do an update on the tank behind you. So here's the tank behind me. This is a Taiwan bee tank. You can see the water levels here. It's supposed to be up here. So that's a solid 3 gallons of evaporation, I want to say. So no one really takes care of that tank. But surprisingly, there are a ton of Taiwan bee babies in there. So I don't know what it is. Like, for whatever reason, they're doing really, really good. And so that's happening there. What was I going to say? Anyway, back here. So we're actually getting rid of this tank and this tank. And I'm going to put a nice rimless tank back there and do something different. I think I want to do Nano Fish. Just something like, because I want to keep it fun. Like, these tanks to me, like, as you can see, like, they're neglected. They're not fun. Like, I'm not having fun with them. And it's all about having fun, as we talked about. So I am going to kind of do some things differently. Amanda said his comment is below his super chat. Thank you, baby. Glenn Meyer said, Rob, are the gold mystery snails ready to ship, and can they be added to my order this week? So, Glenn, we literally just got them in this week. We like to hold them for 30 days before we ship them. But if if you knowingly want them and you know that they're not fully quarantined, I always like people that really, really want things. Like sometimes people get in these things, they're like I really want my shrimp now. And I'm like, well, listen, like the reason we don't send them to you right now is one, they're stressed out. Two, they could have diseases. They could have parasites. Like we want them to be as stable as possible. So the snails, we literally just got them in. So I want to keep them for 30 days to make sure they are as stable as they can be before sending them to you. But with that being said, Glenn, if you're like, hey, like I don't care, because honestly, like if they die, like I'm still gonna replace them. Like I'm always gonna like stand behind the stuff that we sell. So I would like send the healthiest snails we have. And to be honest, like mystery snails normally, we don't get any deaths out of them. They're pretty hardy. And so, Glenn, I could send them as long as you know that they are not fully quarantined. So it's completely up to you. And you can send me an email, rob@flipaquatics.com, and we can talk about that. But I would always encourage you to wait the full 30 days because it's just better. And you'd much rather me have a few deaths than you have a few deaths. Oh, my gosh. Nisi's still here. She said, well, now we're at the store and my battery is toast. See you all awesome fish and shrimp keepers for real this time. Have a great chat, y'all. That's funny. Thank you so much, Nisi. And Shu, no problem at all. You're welcome for the answer. Sam Moo said, do you ever plan on selling crayfish? There's so many gorgeous colors. So I don't think we ever plan on selling crayfish because so many states ban them. So like there's very few states that allow us to ship crayfish to, which could be a little problem. But Ohio, you're allowed to keep them and breed them and sell them within Ohio very easily. It's just, it's tough. So maybe Priscilla, what's going on, Priscilla? I see Priscilla in the house. I would drop a super chat, but I am broke AF. We are renovating. So Priscilla, I completely understand. Never feel obligated to super chat me or anything like that. I'm just here to spread some love and growth for the hobby. Like that's what it's all about. So Priscilla, if you ever want to do something super nice for me, and I would even be willing to trade you, or even pay for it. Like Priscilla has like the most beautiful artwork. She's drawn things for. I know she's drawn things for Bob. I'm pretty sure she's drawn things from Corey at Aquarium Co-op and Bob at Flip Aquatics. And so she is really, really talented. So I would love to get an original piece of artwork. I know Corvus Oseen, or however you say the last part, but Corvus on YouTube, he's doing some artwork for me, and he's extremely talented as well. So I'm all about supporting the community and getting some amazing artwork from some amazing individuals. CJ Black says, at Flip Aquatics, are you medicating the fish during quarantine? If so, which meds? So yes, we are fully medicating. That's what we do for the shrimp. That's what we're going to do for the fish. That's what we do for the snails. And so we are all about full medicating. We actually are going to use their products that we're going to have up on the website soon. We use General Cure, erythromycin, and then Icax. It's similar to what Corey, like pretty much the same exact thing that Corey does. And that's because me and Corey are such good friends. So we talk about it, and he helps me out, and I help him out. And so he gave me some good feedback on things that I should use specifically for fish. And so I decided to trust him, and so that's what we're going to use. And we are going to offer it on the website eventually for people that are interested as well. And then you can get on there and just see exactly what we're doing. Let's see. Travis Y says, are all the beginner shrimp able to breed together? So if I got the blues and blacks, would I also get reds when they breed? So if you bred blues and blacks together, you could get reds. And the reds that you would get, sorry, I always close my eyes when I'm really focusing. I didn't know if you guys ever realized that. But you could get reds, but they would be Bloody Marys. Blues and blacks both originate from chocolates, as long as you're referring to Neocaridina. Blues and blacks, both usually the ones that we sell originate from chocolate shrimp, which Bloody Marys also originate from chocolate shrimp. So if you bred them together, there is a chance you could get red Bloody Marys. Kenneth Ben, what's going on, Kenneth Ben? Kenneth Ben is the man, everybody. Just do at Kenneth Ben and then say you're the man. He said, I use distilled water from Walmart instead of RO water. When we go on the road and we need RO water, we buy distilled water from Walmart too. And so I second that. Icy Cake said, "Hey Rob, how would pintos and Taiwan bees breed?" So pintos are a variation of Taiwan bee. So you definitely can breed them together, and you would get mostly pinto offspring. I'm sure you get some Taiwan bee offspring. You start getting some funky colors. It would start messing with the genetics a little bit. There is a chance that you would get like oh man, it's like so confusing. It's like Thai tabies. And I don't know. There's so many different like unique names, but basically they're like not a Taiwan bee, but they're like close to a Taiwan bee. And it's when you cross like a tiger with a Taiwan bee, you get a Thai bee. And then when you cross a Thai bee with another Taiwan bee, it's like Thai bee or Thai bee, like whatever. It's freaking crazy. But yes, you definitely can cross them, and a lot of people do it, and there's no ill effects. Ram Amper said, "Do you still use plastic containers in your shrimp tanks? Would you still recommend using those?" So I currently do use them in some, but we're getting rid of them. And the reason why is because we began importing a little bit more. And so when you import, shrimp are going to die. Like that's just the way it is. And so with the containers, the shrimp are getting behind the containers. Then we can't see them. Then they foul the water and more shrimp die. And so we started eliminating the containers because it was really hard for us to see behind the containers. But as far as practical, the containers work exceptionally well. And I would highly recommend it if you had a personal tank, whereas that it's already going, like you're not having high death rates like we're having. You're just having like your standard, like, one shrimp dies, once a month or once every 3 months. And so it is still really, really good to do that. I think it's a great idea just because then you're not having to break down a tank. But for us, we're just going back and forth, putting different types of shrimp in a tank, selling them, putting more types in there. And so the containers really weren't working for us. And so I do still recommend it, though. Nisi said, Bracken asked a question. He said, "What is a good way to get shrimp babies to stay alive in a tank with tetras, cherries, or maybe even rillies?" So Nisi had a good suggestion. She said, if you put a rock pile in the corner, it gives them plenty of hiding places. So we've actually tried this. We haven't tried it with fish, but we tried the rock pile. And it seems to work pretty well. Nothing bad to say about it. Lava rock is extremely cheap if you go to like a gardening store or something like that, or like a typical like Lowe's, Home Depot, Menards. They always sell it. You just clean the lava rock, you stack it up in a pile, and then the babies will hide in there. The only bad thing about rock piles is that shrimp can die in rock piles. And when shrimp die in rock piles, you're never going to find them. And so the other thing is when you're selling shrimp, it is exceptionally hard to catch shrimp out of rock piles. But Lucas Bretz always says that shrimp enjoy having, a place of safety. So they always know a rock pile is safe, so that they always feel safe in an aquarium that has a rock pile, which in theory it makes sense. I have not proven that it works any better than keeping moss or anything like that, but it's definitely not going to hurt your tank. So I would definitely say give it a try. It definitely cannot hurt for sure. Dren Shihu, I don't know if that's how you say it. I have 4 shrimp. I feed them every 2 days, just a pinch of green fish flakes. I don't know if I'm feeding too much or too little. So every 2 days, just a pinch of green fish flakes. It depends what you consider a pinch. Like shrimp do not eat very much food. Just like a tiny, tiny little bit would be plenty. I would try to feed every day, though. If you could feed every day in smaller amounts, you would do a lot better. First Shot Fishing really wanted an update of the tank behind me. I guess I technically could take my camera off and take it over there, but it might kill the connection. Maybe before I end the stream, that's what I'll do, just so you guys can see the tank. It is pretty dirty. I'll give you that. But I'm willing to show you guys if you really want to see it. And odds are, if you guys hung around this long, then you're pretty committed to just hanging out with me. So I don't think you would mind at all. But what else we got going on? Ender Flight said, we can learn from you instead of going through trial and error ourselves, so it's great. That is true. I've definitely I've definitely done a lot of trials, and I've definitely made a lot of errors. Definitely. The biggest lesson that I've ever learned is never do a central system with shrimp. I don't think it's ever worked out for me. The many times I've tried it, it's always failed. And so I always yawn. I don't know what it is. Oh, man. I need a nice coffee. So I did this thing. It's actually been working out really good for me. I took my coffee maker to the warehouse where we keep the shrimp, the fish, all that kind of stuff. And so now when I wake up in the morning, instead of making a coffee and hanging out at home, like relaxing for a little bit, I wake up and I'm like, man, I really want to go to the shop so I can have my cup of coffee. And so I'm so excited to go to work now because I want my cup of coffee. But it stinks when I'm tired like I am now, and I can't go downstairs and make a cup of coffee because I don't have anything here to make coffee with. So it's a hard knock life for me. Oh, I shouldn't have sang. Man always says I have the best voice in the world. What else we got going on? 104 people watching, only 55 likes. We can do better than that. That's what Ender Fight said. We currently have over 120 people watching, and I don't know how many likes we have. Probably 300 likes. That's my guess. I'm being optimistic. Oh, 79. Oh, no, that's all right. Let's see what else we got going on. See, that is such a hard word to say. That clay that's in the Northfin food. Montmorillonite. Montmorillonite? Is that how you say it? You guys gotta let me know if I'm saying it right. Montmorillonite. It is a really good clay. I mean, I will definitely give you that. Brian Rivas said, I'm looking for shrimp that I should put in my 75-gallon aquarium. What should I get? So with a tank that big, you would have to buy a ton of shrimp to be able to see them all the time. So I would recommend two things. Well, I give up. I'm just going to yawn whenever I have to now. So, holy crap, now we got 103 likes. You guys are the bomb.com. You're saying it correctly. Oh, thank you, Sam. But the fish I did get some dwarf rasboras. I'll read off the list again here in a bit. Let me answer this one question. Brian wants to know what to put in a 75-gallon tank as far as shrimp. So if you're not worried about breeding them, what I would put is I would do a mono shrimp, and then I would do fan shrimp. A mono shrimp are like, they go crazy. They swim all over the place. So you would see them constantly. Fan shrimp are just freaking big, and they're like the coolest shrimp in the world. So I would always recommend fan shrimp because I think they're so cool. But if you want something to breed, then I would just stuff it full of a ton of cherry shrimp or any type of Neo and just like go all out, like just buck wild. We didn't get Celestial Pearl Danios because they didn't have them in stock. Candy said, you make me yawn when you yawn. I know. I guarantee whenever I yawn, there are at least 50 other people yawning with me. So at least I'm not alone, but it's my fault that you're yawning. So, but at least we're yawning together. All right. So Carlos, a.k.a. the fish nerd, wants me to read off what fish I got again. So I'll just make this quick for everyone that's already heard it. We got in Corydorus habrosus, Corydorus pygmaeus, which is the pygmy cory. We got in some Otocinclus, which are like really good with shrimp and good algae eaters. We got in some reticulated hillstream loaches. We got in some ember tetras, some chili rasboras, some harlequin rasboras, some pygmy spotted rasboras, sparkling gouramis, and lastly, we got in some scarlet batis because Amanda absolutely 100% ridiculously loves scarlet batis. Her favorite fish of all time. So if it was up to her, she would never sell them. She would just keep them all for herself. And then we also got in more albino mystery snails, more black mystery snails, more blue. We got in some golden mystery snails, which we never had before, and some ivory mystery snails, which we've never had before, which look pretty good. And then we also got in some olive nearite snails, which I've never had those before. So I was excited to try them out. We wanted to get in, but we didn't get them in, some horned nearite snails. And so the horned nearite snails are definitely on my list of things that I want. Hopefully, eventually, we will get them in. Let's see what else we got. Oh, well, no, I'll hold off on that. Shoe559 said, are there any plecos that are okay to keep with shrimp? So most plecos are okay to keep with shrimp. I have a lot of friends that are pleco breeders. They're actually catfish breeders. And most of their pleco tanks, they keep fish in them as well. And so for the most part, plecos are shrimp safe. Everywhere seems out of stock. Corey at Aquarium Co-op had some, but I couldn't get there in time. Let's see what you're talking about, Toasted. Celestial Pearl Danios. So the thing is, I actually do have 50 Celestial Pearl Danios in my personal tank that I'm not willing to get rid of. But we will have them in stock soon enough, and hopefully we'll be able to keep them in stock. So you just got to hold off on that. Kyle's Aquatics said, I want that hat. Go ahead and throw it in with my order shipping this night. So I agree, Kyle. This is a sweet hat. Corey, Aquarium Co-op, shout out to him. He actually sent me this hat because he loves me, and I'm probably one of his favorite people in the whole world, according to myself. But you can buy this hat on his website. I think it's $25, and it's nice. I mean, it's really nice. It fits comfortably, so I was really happy about it. When will the fish be on the website to order? Jim Meeker asked. They will be up on the website in 2 weeks. That's my goal, is when to have them up. But they won't be released for shipping for 4 weeks or 30 days. And so just to give yourself a good timeline. Yeah, Toasted Walnut. I would love to supply you with some good Celestial Pearl Danios. I'll make sure to get some in. Plastic Bass Hunter said, can you get in the purple vampire crabs? I can get them in. I haven't got them in, but I can. I've never kept crabs before, ever in my whole life, except for a hermit crab. I did have one of those, and I cried like crazy when it died. Just keeping it real, people. Keeping it real. But yes, I can get in the purple vampire crabs, and I'll just have to see how much they are and how. Oh, here we go again, people. Seriously, what is wrong with me? Like, do I have I must have a lack of oxygen in my brain that makes me yawn all the time. That's what I'm going with. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Hey, Flip Aquatics. Oh, I already read that. Man, I keep reading the same comment over and over again. That's funny. Hey, real quick, I always have to do this. We do have a special going on tonight. We always try to do a special on Sunday live streams. The special is down in the description below. Oh, really quick, Stormy Mist in the house. What's going on, Stormy? Stormy, aka Emma. Got to give her a shout out. But anyway, so we're doing a special 17% off Northfin Foods, which is the type of food we feed to the Nano Fish we got in. We're also feeding it to the majority of the snails that we get and the mono shrimp. And so we feed and use the three that we're selling, which is Community, Northfin Community, Northfin Veggie, and Northfin Kelp Wafers. Our absolute favorite is the Kelp Wafer. If you have any fish that likes wafers, trust me, this, like, hands down the best algae wafer we've used. Now, granted, there could be better ones out there, but this is the best one that we've used. And so, again, 17% off. It goes through Wednesday. And so feel free to take advantage of that. Like I said earlier, it always makes me laugh because shrimp food on average is like $20, like $10 to $20 for a portion of shrimp food. Whereas like this, 100 grams, which is bigger than a normal portion of shrimp food, is only $8. So like, it's just crazy how much cheaper fish food is than shrimp food for whatever reason. But it is really good. And if you have fish that will use it and you have shrimp in the tank, shrimp will also eat it too, because we do feed it to the shrimp on occasion just to get some extra nutrients in there. So yeah. that's what we got going on with that. And thank you for anyone that does take advantage of the coupon or the discount code, because that really does help us out. And we really do appreciate it. Dominic Martino said, at Flip Aquatics are super crystal blacks, an actual shrimp in the hobby. I've seen few pictures of them, but there are nowhere to be found in my experience. So, Dominic, I can actually order some in. They are rather expensive compared to crystals. Like, say crystals cost $6. These would probably cost $10 to $12. But yes, there are such things as super crystals. Basically, they're just the lowest grade of crystals, but they bred them specifically to be the lowest grade so that they have more of a solid color than more of a white color. So like super crystal blacks will be mostly black, super crystal reds will be mostly red, and so on and so forth. But yes, they are definitely in the hobby. I might have to get some in for you then. What would be the offspring of? Oh, I already talked about that. Blah blah blah. Actually, maybe I didn't. What would the offspring be of zebra, pintos, and Taiwan bees? Maybe I did. I don't remember if I answered that specific one. But you would get. I've personally never crossed zebras and Taiwan bees before, but I'm guessing that you would get some zebra pintos, you would get some Taiwan bees, and then you would get some like Thai tabbies or whatever they're called. Kyle said, is using distilled water different from RO water? So distilled water and RO water are the same exact thing. They're just made different ways. So distilled water is made differently than how you make RO water, but they accomplish the same goal. Travis Y said, do you try to send a good mix of males and females when you ship shrimp out? So to be honest, when we send shrimp out, we usually send so many shrimp that we don't really have time to like make sure that there's a good mix. But for the most part, you get more males or more females than you get males. So like I would say an average order will get 7 females and 3 males. So 70% to 30%. And always the lesser will be males. So that's good for breeding. One Shot Fishing said, can I send you like 50 of my guppies? I have too many. If you really need to get rid of them that bad, then we can find spots for 50 guppies. We definitely can. Shrimp. Kyle said the shrimp shipped this week. So tomorrow and Tuesday are going to be like the worst days ever. We have so many packages going out of shrimp from this most recent shrimp import, and so it's gonna be a doozy. It really will be, but it'll be fun. And so, oh yeah, it's gonna be crazy, but it'll all work out. It really will. Life's pretty good. All right, so, well, let's see today. Oh, Kyle dropped a $2 super chat. I missed it. I'm sorry, Kyle. He said, let's hope shipping goes smooth tomorrow. I'm excited. Yeah, me too. If you guys ever watched our 5, like it used to be the 5 worst days in Flip Aquatics history. Now it's like 5 biggest aquarium disasters, like whatever it's called. But number 1, I think, was our shipping day, which was like living heck, because like power went out. We're up till 4 o'clock in the morning. We had this go wrong, that go wrong. And it was just like an absolute crazy day. But it worked out. We're still here. We're still moving forward. And so that's all that matters. So anyway, guys, that's what I got for you today. Shipping tomorrow is going to be a fun day. Feel free to take advantage of the Northfin 17% off. It's Northfin 17 is the discount code, and that's going to be going through Wednesday. Thank you guys for all the support, the love. Really appreciate it. And John said, isn't tomorrow a holiday? Yes, it is Columbus Day. We are starting to get everything ready tomorrow, and it will all ship on Tuesday. That's the goal. So that settles that. But you guys have a great day. Much love from this side of the camera. Really appreciate all you guys do for me and the Flip Aquatics family. So much love to you guys. You guys make it a great week, and I'll talk with you guys tomorrow. See ya.